Well, it's a great win for our program and our university. To beat a great team like Little Rock and Joe Foley, as great of a coach as he is, and all that, and great as the team as they have. That was our main focus was, could we match their intensity? Could we, match what they do? Because we do a lot of similarities on defense and stuff, and we talked about it. I tell you what, our team played our game plan down to perfection. We couldn't ask for any more from our kids. I'm very proud of what they did, rebounding, and we were 14 for 14 from the free throw line. I thought that was huge, and all those little things that we talk about all the time, we were able to do today. So it's a big win for our program and our university. We're proud of the kids, and we've worked extremely hard to get here and where we're at in this program, and so it feels great for us.
Thank you, Coach. This time we'd like to ask for questions for the student athletes only. Please wait for a microphone and introduce yourself by name and media outlet. Hold on one second, Daryl. We'll start with Daryl up here on the left side.
Thank you. Daryl Williams, New Orleans Advocate. Simone, I wanted to come to you first because you guys had a 58-20 points in the paint differential, which to me that's the ball game right there. The coach, was this just a game plan going in? We're going to just kill them in the lane, or how did that happen?
Well, we knew they played behind from jump, and that's good for me because I could score easy back to the basket. So, that helped us a lot on our offense.
We're going to slide over to the right side, Kevin.
Jasmine, it seemed like a certain point in the game you just started attacking the basket like you were early. Was that just something that came from timeout and an adjustment, or did you notice you were just beating your man?
Both. Coach Deacon was telling me that two had 3 fouls, so I was just trying to attack her and get into the lane. And yes, I was going right past her when I got a screen, so I was just trying to get in and do whatever I could, whether it was passing or scoring at the rim.
One more question from Kevin.
Simone, it's normally really physical against them. Was it as physical as normal? It seemed like y'all kind of started getting the better of them in the second half.
It was physical for us, but my main focus was to not foul because usually these games I tend to foul a lot, but we got them in foul trouble, so that worked out for us.
We got a question in the back with the TV camera, right in the middle.
Colin Kushner, KLAF. Simone, you girls have struggled against Little Rock in the past. What was the difference tonight in your perspective against them?
We knew we had to stop Sade or whatever, and then offensive rebounds because they got a lot of offensive rebounds on App State, and we knew we had to stop that. And they ended up getting 3, and we got 7. And the rebounds, they did play a big part in this game and defense.
Any additional questions for the student athletes? Thank you very much. You guys can head back to the locker room now. We'll now move to questions for Coach, please. Kevin over here on the right.
Coach, what was the main thing about the game plan that you spoke of earlier that y'all played to perfection? What was the main thing y'all did against them that didn't happen the first 2 times?
Well, I think we got our team's attention when we talked about the things that they do. We focus so much on what we do. Every time you interview me, we talk about we got to take care of what we do. But we focused on looking at what they did and how their success over the years, especially on the defensive side. And as we focused on it, I think they realized that we were just as good as them. We just wasn't as consistent as them. We were having a hard time being consistent in our game plan. So we looked and we compared right before the game, and that's why we came out so late. I guess I was talking a little bit too much, but we compared our teams, and if you look at us, I think I thought we had better three-point shooters. It didn't show tonight, and just some of those things. But on the defensive side, and that was the key. I said they stick to their game plan a lot more consistently than we do, and I thought that was big for us, And in the game plan is keeping the ball out the middle, make sure we're in help, and we front the post. We didn't want to play behind. So those little things, a lot of little things that we work on daily, that we worked on since the summer, that we do, and I thought that it showed up tonight. And, we out-rebounded them, but they had no offensive rebounds the first half. That's big for us. We struggled to keep people off the boards. especially on the offensive side, and they ended up with 3. And so that made just 3 more possessions instead of 11 or 12 like they usually do.
Go to Daryl on the left.
Coach, I want to ask you, they went on a 9-2 run to take control early in the second half, about midway of the second half, and you guys called timeout and then went on a big run yourself. What adjustment did you make? What did you tell them in that timeout?
We talked about we wasn't playing like we had planned on. We started the game off really, really good, and I thought our game plan was real good. And then we started playing away from it. We got away from what we wanted to do. If you notice, we wasn't sprinting back on defense, and then they were getting into the lane, and we wasn't in help. And some of it was on defense, and some of it was offense. We tend to try to want to score really, really quick, and that's not really good because you're not making them defend a little bit. And we had talked about that before the game, and then basically that was the whole timeout. The whole timeout was about, can we get back to what we planned on doing? And I tell you what, it worked out really well. Our kids became focused again, and you got to give them all the credit. They have to do it, and they did what we asked them to do, and so I'm proud of them.
Going to go in the 4th row in the back on the right. And then after that, we'll go to the TV camera in the back right for a final question.
Jay Russell, KLF Sports. Coach Broadhead, you've had a lot of big wins in your career, but where would you rank this victory in your career?
For me, it's big because of who they are. We won 20 games. We won 20 games 2 years in a row. So this was going to be the 20th win for the 3rd year in a row. And I looked at it and said, man, it's going to be a big challenge. It was Joe Fo. I just respect him so much. He's such a great coach. I said, man, this would be a great win to be a 20th for 3 years in a row to win 20 games, which, nobody's ever done it at UL. I know they've had one guy that did maybe 20 wins 1 year. So I thought this was big. We were right on the borderline of 20 wins. So I think this is a really big win. But it's more for the kids, I always say the kids win the game and us coaches lose the game, but it's just how, I'm just proud of the kids, and all the hard work that they put in. I know a lot of people don't realize all the stuff that we really do behind closed doors, and just proud of those kids and we're able to, for them to be rewarded tonight. That's big.
And one final question in the back right.
Molly Ferguson, KTC. Coach, you talked about doing something that you haven't done before and just getting back to the finals. I mean, Kiki and Kia couldn't do it last year. Just what about this team is so different that got you to where you are tomorrow?
We talked about it during the summer that, a lot of people were going to second guess us. And, we in Earl K. Long Gym practicing, and we continually talked about it didn't make a difference what other people thought. It was about what we thought we were. And they just started believing. We had some, it was a rocky road this year, to be honest. It was tough. It was really tough. We lost some close games, and we didn't play well sometimes, but they stuck with the plan, and they, to me, it's about believing in one another. We believe in one another, and the kids really believe in themselves. They really do. And, we talked about greatness. Here's the last stage of greatness, the harvest time. We've done all the other things, and now can we all be great, And it's great to see that we're following through after our 3rd game. So it's really exciting. And I want to thank Dr. Sabwa for hiring me. I really appreciate that, man. From the bottom of my heart, I wouldn't have this opportunity if he didn't hire me. So I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Well, I thought you guys got to see a great game. I thought both teams played extremely hard. I think you've seen both teams kind of wear it down at the end, and I take my hat off to Louisiana. They attacked the whole game. The guards did a good job of attacking the rim, and we got caught up a little bit and playing too much one-on-one ball.
Do you have any questions for Coach Foley? We're going to the back right, TV.
Coach, Molly Ferguson with KTC in Lafayette. When we asked Coach Broadhead how he finally got the win, he said he tried to be like your team. He said he looked at your game plan and how you guys are consistent. And to hear that, just kind of, how does it feel? Is it bittersweet to hear something like that?
No. You always, if you're good enough for somebody to copy or to try to do that, then it tells you you're doing a pretty good job. And again, I've known Gary for 3 or 4 years now, and I've got a lot of respect for him. I think he's grown his program very well. I think his kids play the game the right way. I think they played extremely hard. They did a good job today. I take my hat off to them. They were a good ball club.
Any additional questions for Coach? Get Les on the left side.
Les East with Arkansas Online. Coach, I imagine there have been few, if any, teams that have had that kind of success getting to the basket against y'all. What was the key to them being able to do that, and why weren't y'all able to stop it late?
Well, it's defense. We've been kind of hot and cold this year, and a lot of it's because we got freshmen and sophomore playing a lot, and they don't know the roles well enough to get in help position. And Gary exploited that extremely well, and it's happened to us this year before a little bit, the inexperience. So you got on defense, you got to realize all 5 kids got to work together, and we were kind of just playing one-on-one today. They got us into a one-on-one game and didn't get the help like we needed to, and that's what happened.
Any additional questions? One more from Les.
I know it's a little early to be asking this, but any idea what your future might be for the postseason?
We are, if I understand, is that right, Chase? We already have an NIT automatic bid, so wherever they send us is where we'll go, and we'll enjoy it. I mean, anytime you're playing this time of year and you're in postseason, especially like I say, as young as we are, it'll be great for our team to be in postseason. I told them the practices won't be as extremely hard as they've been, so I told them just relax a couple of days, enjoy it, and if they're playing 3 weeks from now, it'll still be a lot of fun.
Thank you very much, Coach.
All right.